Ooh, welcome everyone to another episode of Slasher Scotty. I am your host, Scotty McCoy, and boy, do I have a surprise for all of you. I have on for, I believe it's the seventh time on the show, which is amazing. And is it Myrna?
I don't know.
I
Yeah.
got it right. I finally got it right. And Myrna, and she is doing two amazing films that I can't wait to hear more about. She's gonna be in The Legend of Tinkerhell as Faye. And she's also playing the role of a producer and Cyclops in yet another indie horror film, as well as being the actual producer on the film, yet another indie horror film. So that's going to be exciting. How you doing, Ann?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm doing great. I'm so glad that we can make this happen again. I know we talked about it back in, I believe, February, and we both had stuff going on until like late February into March or so, or
Mhm.
something like that. And we decided to settle for today.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. Awesome. So to start things off, let's just go right into it and talk about the Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign. So do you have one for either The Legend of Tinkerhell or yet another indie horror film? And what can you tell us about it?
Well, we've actually kind of switched from using Indiegogo to
Mhm.
using something called Crowdfunder. So
Okay.
it's CROWDFUNDR.
Okay.
It's a simpler platform. Um, you get paid in a timely manner. And you don't on the other one. Indiegogo also went through tons of technology changes
Mhm.
right about as we were wrapping up our prior campaign with them. And it did not go smoothly.
Mhm.
And stuff happens in IT. I used to work in IT. You work in
Mhm.
IT.
Yep.
It can be expected, but we lost a lot of features. So we've gone with this other one. So we're done funding yet another indie horror film, and we are actively funding The Legend of Tinkerhell. So if you
Nice.
go to crowdfunder.com and search for The Legend of Tinkerhell, it'll pop right up for you.
That's awesome. That's so exciting. So what are both films about?
Well, let's start with yet another indie horror film.
Yeah.
As you can tell from the title, it's silly. I
That
mean,
my question is it a comedy or a
who
spoof?
names the movie yet another indie horror film? So it is a parody of making indie horror films.
Okay.
So we have like almost every horror trope you can think of in there. Um, it's a story about some girls who go to to have a fun weekend together. These young girls go to a very secluded location where there's no cell phone service, and there happens to be a killer running around with an upside down pair of tidy whities on his head as his mask.
I love that.
Yeah. So it's very silly. There is a story there, of course, because Steve Herman wrote it and he's big on story, but it's a very silly story.
Yeah.
Um, there is I mean, people just get killed for no good reason. What else can I tell you about it without spoiling it? There's a lot of blood, like
Nice.
a lot.
Nice.
Um, there are just kind of some standard gigs that run through it that then kind of get fulfilled in the
Mhm.
end, or do they? Like again, I don't want to give away too much, but everybody who was in it was just so awesome because sometimes playing comedy can be difficult
Yeah.
because it's funny, but you can't act like you're being funny because then you're not
Hmm.
funny.
Yeah.
So, you have to play it straight. You have to let the jokes kind of rest, and then move on. And there's a lot of, facial reactions and stuff like that that
Hmm.
make things funny, in addition to the lines. But yeah, the characters are very silly. There's a skunk in it. Why
A real
not?
skunk?
No.
Okay.
It's clearly not a real skunk.
Okay.
It's a little puppet.
I was gonna say if it's a real skunk, that might be a little dangerous of getting sprayed.
Yeah, yeah. The Airbnb would not like us, and we filmed in this Airbnb many, many times. They love
Yeah.
us. There's
Lots of
access to the
tomato juice
basement and
bath.
everything, which normally is off limits because they
Yeah.
trust us. But yeah, this is the most amount of blood at one specific time that we
Hmm.
have ever used, and
Okay.
not one drop of it got where I didn't intend for it to go, which is yeah a really good thing. So we did not have hours of cleanup for
Yeah.
that one particular spot. But yeah, there's weird things like these girls go in
Hmm.
the basement and there's a little kid down there crying. Like,
Yeah.
excuse
What?
me, what, like,
Right.
where'd this kid come from?
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, we've worked with a lot of people that we've worked with in the past. And it was just a silly idea. And, Steve asked people if they wanted to be in it. And they're like, oh, yeah, of course I want to be in it. So it's going to come out on the Acrostar YouTube channel
Hmm.
because it's a short, be about a half hour long at
Okay.
most. March 24th is the date we
Nice.
picked for that.
Nice. Yeah, I hate the movies that have a lot of cleanup, like when you're working on it. Like when we did Samhain, of course, our killer Brett had to prank us, so to speak, because we had a scene where we stuffed these two corpses with hay, made them into human scarecrows, and the porch
Mhm.
that we're on was Velcro. So he got the hay and started throwing it all over the place, and hours and hours and hours of cleanup. Brooms wouldn't do anything. It was by hand, every
Oh
thread out of
man.
there. And the house we were filming it was one of the lead stars in the movie, and his wife was like, "You're cleaning all that up."
Well, yeah, yeah. You have to. I
Yeah,
mean, you got to put everything back the way you found it.
absolutely.
Yeah, part of the scheduling effort is, well, how much time do we need for wiping things down
Yep.
afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to everybody just kind of getting
Hmm.
a giggle or two out of
Yeah,
that.
that'll be great.
Um, so yeah, non-serious project. It was a short. We only needed a couple $1,000s to be able to cover
Hmm.
everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice to have that kind of in the
Yeah.
can, as they say.
Absolutely.
But so yeah, right now we're focusing on The Legend of Tinkerhell. So
Hmm.
that films May 1st to 10th.
Okay.
And this time we're filming in Northeast Ohio
Okay.
because I happened to see in some Facebook group that somebody who owns a wedding venue there
Oh,
that has a big house for people to stay in, and they have a lot of grounds and it's wooded and stuff. That they were just like offering, if anybody's interested in making a movie, let's talk about it. So I talked about it with her, and
nice.
she is so excited. It's called Kingsville Lodge. Absolutely beautiful place. So I'm in the process of building the filming schedule right now because I also function as first AD.
Hmm.
So just yeah, everybody wants to know like what days are my filming days? I'm like, I'm working on it. So it's
The joys of being a producer.
yeah, yeah, it always takes a while to put that together because you'd like to try
Yeah.
to be efficient, but
Yeah.
some things kind of need to go from the beginning of the script toward the end of the script. You can put some things out of order, but you got to
Hmm.
think about, whether there's buildup of SFX blood on
Yeah.
somebody or their costume or whatever to, try to have some form of continuity. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, we've got a good group in that, and I'm playing Faye, the
Mhm.
Queen of the Fairies. And I
Nice.
have a very bad fairy named Ellie. And as her punishment, I banish her to the human realm.
Okay.
So she kind of talks herself into being a friend of this little girl who loves fairies.
Hmm.
And that girl thinks that fairies do good things, but Ellie doesn't. So there are some conflicts that Peyton goes through, and to solve the problem, Ellie murders people. And in kind of ghoulish and crazy ways. So you never
Nice.
know exactly what the kill is going to be. So it's not
Hmm.
like a masked killer with a certain MO and they always do
Hmm.
the same thing.
Hmm.
All the kills are different in this one. And
Yeah.
we've got a fantastic SFX artist, Marcus Cook.
Excellent.
He has made fake hearts for me in the past, and he has been in the SFX business for decades,
Nice.
and can do some really visceral effects. So
That's
we're
good.
hoping that we actually make more money than our goal on the
Hmm.
crowdfunder campaign because we have a budget. So people are always kind of confused about the goal on your campaign and that
Hmm.
like you made that film for that amount of money. Well, no, the goal and the budget are usually two different things.
Hmm.
Um, the goal is usually much lower than the budget because you want to start off
Right.
and throw a number out there that is like attainable.
Yeah.
And so that as people start to donate, the percentage of your goal is a number that people can relate to.
Yep.
Um, but the overall budget for the film, we would like to have a budget of 30,000, kind of at a minimum.
Hmm.
And we did run a crowdfunder campaign for The Legend of Tinkerhell on Indiegogo back in the fall, and the number we hit on there was like 8,500-ish.
Okay.
Of course, we don't actually get all that money because
Right.
there's a platform fee, and then also Indiegogo does this thing where they just hang on to some of your money for a while, 6 months,
Oof.
in case somebody wants a refund or something.
Right.
So. We should be getting that any time now. I've heard I have to kind of beat it out of them, which I'm willing to do through emails and stuff like that. Of course, nothing physical.
Leaving that for the films.
Exactly. Yeah, that's in the movie. Um, so yeah, we're hoping that we can get people interested. We've got some roles in
Mhm.
there, and again, some people complain, oh, well, why
Yeah.
would you make an actor pay kind of thing? It might be somebody who, has just really wanted to work with us. This is an opportunity to get your foot in the door.
Right.
Yeah, I used to do that, doing background work for people,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, and it's even for somebody that may not really want to be an actor per se, but they think it will be a lot of fun just to be in one movie, just to see what it's like, that kind of thing. Even
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
somebody
so
that wants. It's not for somebody's career or to pay to play. Like if
yeah, if
that
you're
they would audition.
yeah, and if you're trying to get your SAG card, this is not for you.
Right.
Like I'm not insulting actors who've trained and
Right.
have all kinds of experience and stuff. It's for
Right.
somebody who wants to kind of get in on it. And we also have ways, so you can have dialogue, or we have other roles where there isn't dialogue.
Hmm.
So there's a fairy community that surrounds me that's going to help me with my decisions and stuff. They
Hmm.
don't have any specific lines. There's a group. We're going to do a group death, but it needs to be young people. I've had many, many people ask me about this because I had the age range on there as 20 to 26.
Hmm.
The group of kids that are having a party because their parents went out of town, and of course, they had a
Hmm.
car wash in their bikinis to try to raise money for college that they used to buy alcohol.
Mm.
um, they have this party and they have a bunch of friends over. So if I put a bunch of 40-year-olds in with 18, 17 year
Oof.
olds,
Yeah.
it's gonna look weird. It's gonna
Yeah.
not good
Yeah.
at all.
Right.
So that's why the age range is really young on that perk.
Hmm.
So even like anybody that kind of can look like they're in high school, and no, that's not
Hmm.
40-year-olds. Um,
Right.
I always
Right.
try to play younger than my actual age, but it just wouldn't work in this case. So
Right.
that's an example of another one that where like you get killed in the film. So if you've ever wanted to be in a horror film and get killed and not have to worry about memorizing
Hmm.
dialogue and can present as age 20 to 26,
Right.
check that one
Yeah.
out. Then there's silly things like fairy art in the
Hmm.
film. I don't think I have
Right.
that one active yet. I'll put that one active as soon as we're done talking. So if you can draw as crappy of a fairy as you would like, I will put that in the film and it will be seen. Because in Peyton's room, she has all kinds of drawings of fairies that she has
Hmm.
made. So it'll just be
Right.
one of the ones on the wall type of thing.
Okay.
Or if you're really artistic and you want to sign your name and that'd be your claim to fame, I'll make
Yeah.
sure that we catch your signature too.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, little fun things like that. Of course,
Hmm.
producer credits, physical media is another thing. We're gonna try to sell screen used costumes.
Hmm.
We've sold two of them for two of the main characters so far.
Okay.
So I'm trying to mix it up a little bit, have
Hmm.
different things for different people, and hopefully we'll hit 10K on there in addition to the eight that we hit
Nice. Yeah.
before. We can get by. And then we would have to have a like a post-production campaign as well
Hmm.
to kind of make up the deficit to hit
Yeah.
that 30K budget.
Absolutely. Yeah. And a lot of people don't.
We already have distribution for that one
That's
with
good.
Bayview Entertainment. So
That's
yeah,
great.
we're ready to rock and roll.
Awesome. Congratulations. Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that movies aren't cheap, and
Yeah.
your budget, like you said, is usually not just larger, but much larger than your looking for goal. Because if somebody sees like that your target goal, like that you're asking for at Indiegogo was like $40,000, and you need 50 to make the movie, they're gonna be like, wait, are they serious? They're trying to raise $40,000? It might turn some people away.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that if you don't obtain your goal, then and you do decide to make the movie, a lot of that comes out of your pocket or out of previous, earned income that may have came from, that went back into the company from previous films.
Exactly. And and that money is not pouring in truckloads.
Hmm.
Money that people make off streaming is not what it was 5 years
Exactly.
ago, 10 years ago, or whatever. I mean, there is some income there.
Hmm.
It's kind of on the minimal side. We do a lot of promoting of our films, as
Hmm.
does our distribution partner. But the platforms just aren't paying
Hmm.
tons and tons of money because there's so much content out there now.
Yeah. And
So yeah,
anybody and everybody can
we
be an
do our
indie film
best.
actor. They can create an Indiegogo and say, "Hey, I want to make a movie."
Right, right,
Yep.
right. But yeah, we've had good success with the films that we've created so far. Everybody doesn't like every film because all of our films are quite different.
Hmm.
We don't do the same kind of film over and over again.
Right.
Although, I'll tell you a little secret, Scotty.
Okay.
We are gonna do one of the same kind of films
Okay.
this year. It will be the third. Can you guess what it might be?
I'm gonna say the black and white film,
Nope.
The Corn Zombies.
Yes.
I knew it was one of the two. See, I know your movies.
We are going to do a third and final Corn Zombie
I
movie
can't wait.
in July.
That's awesome.
Well, we have not officially announced it. Maybe this is the official announcement.
This is the official announcement. Breaking news on
Sure.
Slasher Scotty.
Uh, it's going to take place in July.
That's awesome.
It will take place at a haunted sanatorium.
Ooh.
So yeah, it'll
Ooh.
be it'll be interesting to see if our camera lens catches anything going on in the background at this place. I mean, these places are regularly explored and with paranormal investigators.
Okay.
Uh, and yeah, I've heard that, yeah, if you're filming in there, you can catch things on camera that, maybe you didn't see, that maybe the naked eye didn't see. So we'll see. But
That'll be
it's going to
awesome.
be, yeah, it'll be the last one. The zombies have gotten a little bit intelligent
Oh,
and they actually like
that's
observe
never a good thing.
things that the humans are doing and patterns of them coming in and
Okay.
out of places, and so they're in stalking mode rather than just, oh, there's a human, I think I'll eat them.
Hmm.
Kind of a twist on what we've done in the
And
past,
are
but
you going to
a
be in
few
that one as
years
well?
after the last one left off. I'm sorry.
Nice. Are you going to be in that one?
No, I got my head bashed in the first one, so
Okay, I didn't watch them yet. I know I want to watch them. They are on my Tubi list. They're on Tubi, right? Because I think I have the first one on there. I didn't know if the
yep.
second one was or not, but I have the
Yes, it
first one
is.
on there. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I will be watching them. Trust me, because I want to see them movies. I've been dying to see them. I can't wait. I've been on this movie kick. I have a printout of like top like 100 movie watching log or something like that. I
Oh,
named it.
sweet.
So I only have like six of the year, and I'm trying to get 100 this year. So
Well, and like, yeah, you're like me. Like, I know so many people who make movies.
yeah,
It's hard for me to watch them all. I
exactly. And I have
consume
two
way
full-time
less
jobs.
media than I should.
Yeah, and I have two full-time jobs. I'm writing a book. I'm doing convention sign. It's just there's not enough time in the day.
Exactly. Or
You
you
can
try
only
at
watch usually
night and you start.
one. Yeah, I only can watch roughly one, maybe every other day, every 3 days. It gets just so much going on, with on my
Yeah.
plate. But we know that you are a producer, obviously, and you mentioned brief in a previous interview about job responsibilities. But like, what do your responsibilities entail? Specifically, like you're going to be the producer on yet another indie horror film, but you're
Mm.
also playing a producer. So how would that, like, how do you are the like job titles going to intertwine and make fun of what you're doing behind the scenes, or?
Well, with that one, something happens to the director.
Hmm.
And so all of a sudden, some guy named Dave comes in and he's like, "Oh, I'm the director. Let's see, where are we at? Oh, nude shower scene, useless, senseless nude shower scene. Yeah, yeah, that's next." And so I kind of, try to control the situation a little bit. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, my role is brief in that one.
Okay.
And I also play the Cyclops because a lot of horror movies have monsters in it, and
Hmm.
we we didn't have a monster yet.
Right.
And we
So
had a mask and a shirt from when we did it came from somewhere. So I donned that costume, and I don't
Okay.
like wearing those rubber masks. My God, it is really
Um,
hard to breathe in there. I don't see how
yeah.
Rand played that character
Oh
in the
my God.
first
Yeah.
movie because like that was the summertime we were outside.
Hmm.
It was wicked hot to begin with. I put that thing on inside in the kitchen, and I was like, let's roll, let's roll. I gotta get this thing off my head.
Oh
Slightly
my
claustrophobic, I
goodness.
was, yes.
That's crazy. Oh my God. Yeah, this movie's gonna be fun though. I can't wait to see this because I love a movie that like kind of like a scary movie. It's
Yes,
meta. It makes fun of the
scary movie.
serious horror movies, the scary movies.
Yeah, I do not think anyone will actually be scared in this movie.
That's awesome. Yeah, so this is so I'm assuming, well, you said there's a lot of blood, so I'm assuming it's not teenage based. I mean, if you want to watch as a teenager, you can. But it's not like a
No.
horror movie where people that don't like horror movies that are afraid of the suspense and the scare, they can still watch this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, and again, it just kind of depends on your tolerance level, but this is
Hmm.
so silly
Okay.
that I don't think it would bother anybody.
Okay.
I mean, maybe people who are afraid of Nerf guns.
I mean, they have a phobia for everything, so
Yeah.
that's a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, every stupid decision, like you watch some of these horror movies and, they always
Mhm.
choose the most stupid thing to do. That
Yeah.
happens over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like even like in the first scary movie, like the ghost face was like behind the couch and he's like, you won't be able to find me. And he's like trying to reposition himself and he's like, what's up?
Yep.
You know, things like that like are silly. Like scary movie, even though the title's scary movie, it's a comedy.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a comedy.
yeah.
Um, I did ask this because we did discuss the Legend of Tinker Hell on I think the last time we were on the show. And I did ask this and I do want to ask it again just for people that might be thinking Tinker Bell ish.
Right.
So what can you tell people is this like a dark twist on Tinker Bell from Peter Pan or like is it just its own character?
It's a dark twist on fairies.
Okay.
Um, there's not a whole lot of similarity to Tinker Bell in
Okay.
terms of the story
Mm-hmm.
or other major characters
Mm-hmm.
in Tinker Bell.
Right.
But yeah, with this one, it's a kind of like a rogue fairy, and
Mm-hmm.
um, she's punished by getting thrown into the human realm,
Right.
but she still doesn't behave when she's in the human
Right.
realm.
I don't know why us humans really are the most nicest people in the world.
Well, it's kind of like the way she goes about solving problems. She's still solving
Right.
problems,
Right.
kind of in a way granting
Hmm.
wishes
Yeah.
to her friend Peyton, but her plans are to make Peyton a
Hmm.
slave to her. And the way she fixes things is by murdering people in super gory ways. I mean, we have some really really cool stuff planned.
That's awesome.
And I know Marcus will pull it off because he is a
Yeah.
pro at
That's
making
great.
you kind of wince a little bit and want
That's
to look
awesome.
away. So,
That's awesome. I mean, making a movie is so much fun, but it can also be crazy, especially when you're making a horror movie. Especially the planning stages, because like I remember even when we were doing a production meeting, we just met randomly it was for our first movie. We were met at a McDonald's. I think I might have told you the story, and we were like, "Well, how are we gonna kill this person? Do you want to bash her with a hammer? Or do you want to slit her throat with a machete?" And the old people at McDonald's are looking at us, drinking their coffee, like. And my COO of the company goes, "It's for a movie. It's for a movie. We're not really gonna bash somebody or slit their throat. I promise."
well, it's funny because when Marcus made these artificial hearts for me before, he lives a couple hours away, so we
Mhm.
we chose the McDonald's that was like halfway
Oh
between the two.
wow.
So and he was a little hungry, so he's like, I'm gonna get something to eat. So we sit down in the booth, and we get these hearts on the table
Oh wow.
and
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's just crazy. You can come this. I bet you there's so many stories out there about this kind of stuff because it's just like it's funny too to see people's reactions. The
oh
genuine
yeah.
reactions when it's all art. Like I remember when I had to go home from set and I forgot to get gas going there and I knew it was a very bloody scene and I had to stop for gas and the pump wasn't taking cards. You had to go inside. So I had to go inside with blood all over me, and they're like, "Oh, everybody's coming! Oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? Do you need us to call 911, an ambulance? Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine. I was just making a movie. I'm fine.
Yeah.
It's not real blood. It's just corn syrup and Jello and dishwashing liquid, the most disgusting thing you could put in your mouth." And it's all
Yeah.
over you, and you're all sticky, and you're all gross. You just want to get home and get a nice hot shower and get all that
Oh,
gook off
exactly.
you.
Yeah. I mean, the bloodiest scene in this one to get people. So I had a big tarp that I put
Hmm.
down on the ground. And we had had it before. We used it to just block out light because there was a
Right.
big front porch and we needed to film like day for night kind of thing.
Hmm.
So I put this tarp down, then I put towels on top of the tarp because the tarp's just
Right.
plastic and I didn't want stuff like just running off of that. I wanted
Hmm.
it to stay on the tarp. So
Right. Right.
I had these old beach towels from when my kids were little, so I just brought
Hmm.
those with. And the talent didn't have any shoes on because they
Okay.
didn't want to ruin their shoes. Um, so I had to figure out how to get them off that tarp into the shower. So they had to walk up the basement stairs, through the kitchen, through the family room on carpet,
Oof.
to get to a bathroom with a shower in it. So I had a big bucket and so I just put water in there and just had them sit on a little stool and put like, oh, it was only big enough for like 1 foot to fit in there. And then I kind of like rubbed down their feet to get all the sticky stuff off of them. And the towel, I've cleaned towel
That's
there,
awesome.
dry that off, get that one off the
Yeah.
tarp, and then work on the other one so that they
Oh
could
boy.
make their way up because their body wasn't like actually
Right.
dripping anymore.
Right.
But yeah, I hadn't actually planned
Yeah.
all that out ahead of time. I try to
Oh
think
yeah.
through what the ramifications of different things are going to
Yeah.
be, but that was kind of a spur of the moment. I needed to get their feet clean.
Right. That's the blood on a carpet is, especially a really light colored carpet, is just like red wine or grape juice spilling on your carpet. It's gonna be hard to get out if at all.
Yeah, yeah, we have a formula that comes out pretty well, but
Okay, that's
you
good.
just never
Yeah.
know because
You
it's
never
sometimes
know.
like
It's
the
yeah.
fiber content of something will
Yeah.
make it like stain. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, so yeah, the life of the producer, figuring out how to get people with bloody sticky feet to the shower.
Yeah. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
So,
like organizing all that kind of stuff. I like
yeah.
finding locations.
Hmm.
I like getting to know all the people on the
Hmm.
project. I don't like raising the money.
Yeah.
Truth be
Especially
told,
when you have to ask people to donate, or
it sucks to ask
yeah.
people for money. And the, like
Yeah.
the world is not a perfect place.
Right.
Um, and everybody's got stuff going on in their life.
Yeah.
And, like I'm making a movie.
Yeah.
But I do think the world needs entertainment as
I
well.
agree.
So I think there's value in being part of something where you can like immerse your mind in that
Hmm.
instead of the everyday
Yeah.
trials and tribulations that people go through. So,
Right.
but you
And
do have to ask people directly, and yeah,
right.
it's annoying. And yeah, I
Yeah.
DM people, I email people, individually, but I also like individually thank everybody. I know the names
Hmm.
of our contributors. I do all the IMDb credits, so I get to
Hmm.
see other projects that they've worked on and stuff.
Yeah.
So I love the people that I'm meeting
Yeah.
by doing this job.
Absolutely. And I mean, and if people don't have to feel obligated to donate as well, there's other ways they can help.
No,
You can
no,
share. Sharing is free and it takes a couple of seconds, and your one share could lead to three other donations. You
exactly.
know, that
Yeah.
that's simple. And I mean, it's hard for me to donate. I always wanted to donate, but it's like, I work two jobs just so I can get by with bills, mortgage, car payment, everything.
Oh, for sure.
And but I love to have you on the show as much as I possibly can, so we
I
can get
appreciate
this
it.
we can get the word out, because
Yeah.
you do great work, and Acrostar does amazing work, and you guys are legit. Like, you get movie after movie after movie out. I've
Yeah, we
seen it.
do. Yeah, and I mean, I try to donate to other people's campaigns as well,
Hmm.
but a lot of it depends on the timing. And I
Right.
know with me asking for contributions, it's the same. It
Yeah.
depends on the timing with the individual
Right.
if it works or not.
Yeah.
But there have been circumstances where I don't even get a thank you,
Right.
which is kind of rude, like
Yeah.
you could take a minute and thank me.
Yeah.
Um, and that would make my day, and then that would like keep
Yeah.
you on my list of people to see. Oh, what are they doing
Absolutely.
now? Can I throw a little something in their direction? And
Yeah.
it's usually not a lot because I'm saving my money for
Right.
all the stuff.
Yeah.
But I do support there's room in this world
Absolutely.
for many, many talented people to make many,
Hmm.
many crazy horror movies.
Absolutely. Every time somebody donated to our campaign, I would always go into Canva and I would always make up a poster, same background, same everything. And I changed the
Hmm.
name and I put the name on, posted right on our Facebook page, just tag them in it. Thank you for donating. Because a simple thank you just shows them that you appreciate what they've done. And it
Yeah.
doesn't matter how little or how much they give. I mean, every little bit helps.
Yeah, I have stopped doing that specific technique just because a
Hmm.
couple of people said, please don't put my name out there that I just donated because I get inundated with
Oh,
other people asking me for
yeah. I didn't
money.
even think of that.
So I do the personal thank yous.
That makes
If I'm
sense.
already friends with them on Facebook, I'll shoot them a
Yeah.
DM. If I'm not, I've got their email address, so I send them a nice email.
Yeah.
But then sometimes in those emails or DMs, it's like, I need information from you.
Right.
So let's say
Yep.
your name's John Smith and you just got an assistant producer perk
Right.
and you didn't tell me which John Smith you are
Hmm.
on IMDb, and I
Yep.
can't possibly guess. Like, I need to
Hmm.
know what your link is, and if you don't have one, I'll
Yeah.
make you one. But like, I need people
Yeah.
to actually like respond
Yeah.
sometimes to those questions because I don't want to leave anybody out, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I have one more question before we do the promotion. But before I get into that, I do want to let everybody know that 72 is almost done. It's getting very, very close. And
Mm.
Anne makes a voice cameo in it, which is exciting. And I really do thank you for that because you did us a big favor because that was one role we couldn't find anybody for, and you stepped in and helped out. So thank you for that.
So awesome! I'm glad I could.
Yeah, absolutely. So, are there any recur? Because we know Acrostar has a lot of recurring, not really a lot, but it has recurring people that come back. A lot of the cast. So, do we plan to see any familiar faces in either of these two films?
Oh yes. I mean, The Legend of Tinker Hell. We've got Mel Heflin. We've got Beth Metcalf.
The Beth.
Should
She's
actually
great.
just like look at IMDb.
Yeah.
Um, Let's see, that's a different movie because I'm also working on deliverables for Perfect Soul. And my deadline is today. So when we get off,
You got work to do.
I just have to upload this stuff. I have everything
Okay.
gathered. Let's see, who else do we have? We've got a couple younger people in this one, Avery Curtis and Delilah Hefner
Okay.
and Haley Hadley Skinner are the youngest ones in the
Okay.
film. Ashley Hefner has a role, Hunter Redfern, um, Casey Ryan. We've not worked with her before, but we're really looking forward to it.
That's awesome.
Steve Herman has a role in this one.
Nice.
Chloe Lutz, Julia Nuremberg, Helen DeRue, Miranda Kilpatrick, Deacon Walter. Large cast as usual.
Yeah.
Jaylee Hine, Caitlin Skinner, also Leah Tipton. Beatrice Fernando is a new face for us.
Okay.
And Lisa Jo Catron, who has done background for us before, but she'll have
Nice.
a role in this one.
Nice.
So yeah, we got a big team, which makes the organization a little harder, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I love Beth. She does really great work. I had her on the show before, so
Yeah.
definitely good for her to do this. What do you know what role is she playing or can't you say?
Oh, Beth,
Yeah.
she is Ellie, the Bat Fairy.
Oh, she's Ellie. Oh, she'll knock that out of the park.
Yeah.
That's a compliment. Absolutely.
Yeah, we've done some little promos and stuff. So on our crowdfunder campaign, we've got a couple little videos where you
Nice.
can get a little feel for what the film might be like in
Nice.
terms of the tone and the characters and stuff like that.
Absolutely. So last question, do you have anything to promote? Websites, any other projects they didn't mention? Social media, anything else at all that you would like to promote?
I always like to encourage people to join our Facebook group because
Hmm.
that's where we tend to post the most.
Hmm.
So I believe it's called something like Indie Horror Films from Acrostar Productions, something like
You
that.
you might
Uh,
have to add me back there because this is I think since the last
oh,
time I was
great.
banned again, so I have a new account again.
Yeah, you're just a bad boy.
I definitely am, I guess.
Saying those horrible recipes and stuff that you post. I
I
mean,
know, right? Apparently,
like,
maybe somebody a falling out with couscous or with chickpeas or something.
Yeah, so that's where we're constantly posting links to the
Right.
crowdfunding campaigns, introducing actors and actresses who are in the films,
Hmm.
talking about our locations, all that good stuff. So that's kind of like
Awesome.
our hub for doing things.
Great.
Yeah, and then like I say, if people want to check out Crowdfunder,
Mhm.
crowdfundr.com. Um, we really like the platform.
Yeah.
Not necessarily we'll stick with it forever and ever, but it was well suited to these kind of smaller campaigns,
Right.
and
It
it's
does the
very
trick for
nice
now.
to put
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. All right. Well, thank you again, Anne, for coming back again for the seventh time. I mean, I know we're gonna do an eighth. There's just no way we're not gonna do an eighth.
Oh, we have to with that zombie thing coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do maybe I guess you said something's coming out in the fall?
We're filming that one in July.
In July, yes.
Uh,
So maybe we can do it again in like July or August.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we can
I'm going
look
to
at
take all kinds of, as much as I can behind the scenes,
yeah.
at Haunted Place.
Absolutely. That'll be great. And then we can even promote if you're doing a crowdfunding campaign for the third Corn Zombie movie. That'll be fun.
Yeah, yeah. That'd
Yeah,
be great.
absolutely. Awesome. Well, thank you,
Appreciate
and
you.
have a great rest of your night.
All right, you too,
All
Scotty.
right. See ya.
Thanks.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.